Mesquamaket Fall Fest at Mesquamaket State Beach is coming up September 13th, 14th, and 15th. Bring everyone. Bring the kids. Bring your grandparents and come on down. We've got rides. We have games. We have a Ferris wheel. We have main stage entertainment with great music all weekend long. We have a beer and wine tent. Nearly 100 vendors. Food, crafts, art. It's all here at the Mesquamaket Fall Fest. For more information, mesquamaketfestival.org.
Hello, everybody. We are back with another Fall Fest preview. My name is Ben Barber, and today we are talking to the man that is going to be headlining night one of Mesquamaket Beach Fall Fest, Dave Tessier from Dave Tessier and from Dave Tessier's All-Star Band of All-Stars. How are you?
I am well, Ben. How are you?
Good, thanks. Tell me a little bit about the band. I know that you were voted favorite live act 2 years in a row by Motif Magazine. People love you. I've always enjoyed every show that I've seen. I know that you've been here at the beach several times. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a musician. I'm an actor from Providence, Rhode Island. Lived here my whole life. And I formed this band in 2015. Basically just some friends of mine who I knew around town. I looked at what they could do and I thought, oh, we could do some Monkees songs. That might be kind of fun. And we made a little Monkees tribute. And from there, we enjoyed playing together and challenging ourselves with different types of songs that, you don't hear too much, like things like from Chicago or Electric Light Orchestra. And we were having such a good time doing it. We decided to try to gig out and see how that went. And almost 10 years later, we're still doing it. We've had a couple of rotating cast members, but the core is mostly still there.
I love it. That's awesome. How'd you come up with the name?
So I did not come up with the name. What happened was I've recorded, there's a local record company, 75 or Less Records out of Warren, Rhode Island, run by Mark McDougall, who is a fantastic man and a great fan of all types of music, particularly local music. And he's made it his mission in life, it seems, to help out local musicians. And I've put out a couple of records on his label. And when we did a show, the first show I did after I released my first EP, as it turns out, he knew the bass player and he had previously played Little League baseball with the drummer. And he cheekily named us David Tessier's All-Star Band of All-Star Stars. And I think there might have been a couple more stars in there somewhere. And it just cracked me up. And we started to call ourselves by the acronym DTAS BOAS. We thought that was funny. It isn't particularly humorous to anyone else. Don't imagine.
I think it's fun. No, I think it's funny.
But it kind of stuck. And then, of course, the last three letters, All-Star Stars, we started to call ourselves the Ass. And it just didn't seem to be any point in changing it. People kind of know who we are, know what to expect at this point. And in my opinion, the band is all stars. It's me, and everybody I've brought in is a fantastic star in their own right. Everyone's either in another band or they're acting or performing somewhere. It is, in my opinion, truly a band of stars. As Paul Stanley said about Kiss, every member is a star, and I like that.
I love that. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be, what we can expect on Friday night.
All righty. So we do pride ourselves on almost always doing a different show. We've never fully repeated a set. We always at least have one or two new songs. And last year, after the death of our percussionist, Justin Grankowitz, we changed. Yeah. We had it was a sudden thing in a car accident, and he was a huge part of our band, not only musically, but actually physically. He was a huge man, and he was kind of our front man. He played percussion, and he had a beautiful high voice, sang a lot of leads, and he's left a big hole in the band. But that said, we had an opportunity with his fiance to do an ABBA tribute, which is something we had kind of joked about doing. And between his fiance and our other female singer, Julia, we had these two great ladies who could just sing their asses off. And we decided to do an ABBA tribute, which we did. It was a secret show. And we did that. And we've had such a great time doing it. We added some disco. And now we have a full disco show. So this Friday, we will be performing our full disco show with an ABBA tribute to top off the night.
Wow.
We've got hits from the Bee Gees, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Donna Summer, Thelma Houston. It goes on and on. The Osmond Brothers. We never play a show without doing at least one Osmond Brothers song. And we're really looking forward to it. We hope it's going to be a good show.
I'm really excited. I'm especially excited. I just found out last night that I run 321 Media. We cover Westerly High School, Stonington High School, and Cheraho High School sports. And the Westerly versus Cheraho, the big football game, was supposed to be Friday night under the lights in Cheraho, and I thought I'm gonna have to miss David Tessier's All-Star Band of All-Star Stars, and I was so sad about it. But they moved the game up to 5:00. So I'm gonna be able to be there, and I'm really excited about it now, especially I'm even more excited about it now with the ABBA tribute at the end. That should be a lot of fun, and the whole disco set. I think that's going to be great. What would you say are some of your musical influences personally?
Oh, well, it all starts with the Beatles, man. That's probably my earliest musical memories, listening to Beatles albums. Then, this typical classic rock stuff, when I discovered guitar in high school, I really gravitated towards, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, things like that. The Who, another huge influence on me. And in more recent years, some of the newer bands, I love bands like Fleet Foxes, who sound like 1960s, bands.
Yep.
I really loved a lot of the 90s stuff. I loved when Queens of the Stone Age came out in the early 2000s. I thought that was a great kind of breath of fresh air for rock music, but mostly rock and roll. I like a lot of classical music. I love the composer Ennio Morricone, did all those great soundtracks. I love Philip Glass. I could listen to any of his stuff for hours on end. Mostly because it's kind of the same thing over and over again, if you know what I mean. And all of that, I think, is kind of mixed into what I do. As an actor, I've done tons of musicals. I've sung, things from Three Penny Opera, West Side Story, Grease, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, a gamut of styles that I really love to dip into, but I think it all kind of turns into a melting pot. And I think in the end, I'm just kind of a fan of music in general, but particularly rock music.
Let's talk about acting and let's talk about musicals for a second. I huge fan of theater and musical theater. I went to school in New York for theater at the American Musical and Dramatic Academy to be an actor. What got you into acting and continuing to go to this day?
Well, I was interested. My older brother was in a play in high school, and that was the first time I saw a play. So I must have been about 8 or 9, and I was really interested in it. I thought it was really kind of magical. And when I had the chance to pick my middle school, I went to Nathaniel Green Middle School, which had a huge arts and performance magnet. And I had dance classes and singing, every other day there was something like that. But I didn't really get into plays until high school, and I just loved doing it. I got out of it for a while after high school. I went to Rhode Island College and studied music, primarily as a classical guitar player. And I kind of fell back into acting in the late 90s, just kind of accidentally. There were auditions, Perishable Theater, downtown Providence, no longer there, where AS220 is on Empire Street.
Yep.
They it was called Shows for Young Audiences. And it was basically a local touring children's show. And I auditioned for that, and I got the job. And so I was a full-time actor all of a sudden. And from that, connections to Trinity Rep, At the time, the Newgate Theater, what was then Alias Stage, that is now the GAM. They're all, at the time, they're all very interconnected. So from one job, I got into this circle of great friends and colleagues that I worked with, pretty consistently up until a few years ago when I kind of branched off to concentrate on the band.
Do you have a favorite musical?
Jesus Christ Superstar, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, All Star Stars have performed JC Superstar in its entirety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 10 times now in different incarnations.
Wow.
That's always a fun but a large undertaking. It's a bit daunting to get into.
Yeah. With the 70s religious rock musicals, I'm more of a Godspell guy myself. But I
Hey, it's all for the best.
I love it. Like 80% of the people or more watching does not get the joke that you just made, but I love it. It's for us.
That's right.
It's for us. So I love your versatility, your obviously the band is there's a reason why you were nicknamed and then named David Tessier's All-Star Band of All-Star Stars. And I've had the fortune of seeing you live, and I know that you guys have played down here at the beach before, and we love it. We love having you here. What is your favorite part about Fall Fest, Spring Fest, coming down here to Mesquamaket?
I'm glad you asked. And I want to, first off, shout out. Thank you, Caswell Cook. Thank you, Mark Sullivan. It's only because I was playing a monster in a movie with Mark Sullivan that any of this relationship happened. We started to talk about, I was wearing a t-shirt by the James Gang, Joe Walsh and the James Gang. And Mark says, "Oh, you like classic rock?" We start talking. Boom. There you go. So first off, thank you for having us down there. The audiences have always been great, and we love it. Our first Tunes on the Dunes got rained out, and we did it inside the
Windjammer.
Whatever. Yeah, the club down there. Every other time so far has been great and outside, and it's what do I love about it? I love playing Fall Fest because I love that particular spot on the beach, and I'm big on the old carnival rides and all that stuff. That kind of is very nostalgic for me. So getting to play something like that is just very, very special. I've been going to those things my whole life. Now you talk about the Tunes on the Dunes specifically, where we're right on the beach. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just magical. I'm staring out at the ocean while I'm just rocking out for 2 hours. Some of my favorite songs with my favorite people. I'm so thankful for the opportunity you guys have given us to play down there so much.
Well, we appreciate it. We love you guys. You're a fantastic band. There's a reason why you were voted best live act, best live performance for Motif 2 years in a row. Absolutely well deserved. And we can't wait to have you headlining Fall Fest Night 1 on Friday night at 8:30 p.m. It's going to be really awesome. Mass Confusion will be opening up at 6 p.m. on the stage. That should be great. And then David Tessier takes the stage with his all-star band of all-star stars. I don't think I've ever written your name the same way twice in a promo.
My friends.
So what is the official name? Because I looked at the logo. Yeah.
The David Tessier All-Star Band of All-Star Stars.
Okay, so there's an extra stars at the end.
And in our contract, we explained that even though that is very restrictive sometimes, just don't call us the Dave Tessier Band, because the All-Star Stars hate that.
Yeah. That makes sense. They're all stars. They should be
they're not my band.
No,
they're a musical collective I get to play with,
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the ABBA set. I'm really love to see what you guys do. It's something different every time. And I love it. I love your story, especially about never playing the same show twice. Um, there's something really special about what you guys do. And I hope everybody comes down to Fall Fest to check it out on Friday night.
Bring your boogie shoes.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please join us at Fall Fest this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday 5 to 11, Saturday 11 to 11, Sunday 11 to 5. And make sure that you're there Friday night at 8:30 when David Tessier's all-star band of all-star stars takes the stage. It's going to be a night you won't forget. Thank you so much, David. Bye for now, everybody.
Mesquamaket Fall Fest at Mesquamaket State Beach is coming up September 13th, 14th, and 15th. Bring everyone. Bring the kids. Bring your grandparents and come on down. We've got rides. We have games. We have a Ferris wheel. We have main stage entertainment with great music all weekend long. We have a beer and wine tent. Nearly 100 vendors. Food, crafts, art. It's all here at the Mesquamaket Fall Fest. For more information, mesquamaketfestival.org.